Hey Resonators, so today I have not one, not two, but three of the most triggering stories that I could find on the subreddit AITA. Also, I wanted to show you one of my latest resin creations using this gorgeous tape that I received from Washi Tape Shop. So guys, make sure that you stay to the end of this video if you want to see the final results because I am so proud and I also have a couple of questions for you and I need your opinion. So grab a snack, grab a drink and sit tight and let me know if you think that these OPs are the a-hole or not. So for this first story, I haven't read it yet, guys. It's a short one, but the title just doesn't set right with me. You guys have to let me know what you think. So this one is called, Am I the a-hole for refusing to walk my friend home after she rejected me? I, 21 male, have been friends with Annie, 21 female, for 3 years now since the start of college. We usually chill at one of our friends' places every Saturday night with our friend group. After we're done, I'll walk her to her dorm first before heading back to my own dorm. This has been the default and I never really thought too much of it. A month ago, I asked her out, but she just wanted to remain friends. It didn't bother me too much, but I obviously wanted to cut back on our friendship a bit. We were still amicable and part of the same friend group and still joked around with each other. However, I stopped walking her back to her dorm and just walked back to my own dorm. The first couple of weeks, she did walk back on her own to her own dorm. But last week, she asked if I could walk her back because apparently she's extremely scared of walking alone at night, especially when she's drunk. I told her to just get an Uber or ask somebody else. I was getting way too tired to walk her home to her place and then walk all the way back to mine. The conversation was kind of awkward and then we just left it at that. So am I an a-hole? This one is just all too weird for me. If OP and her were really friends for the last 3 years, then you would think that her rejecting him on a date wouldn't change all that much, right? Especially seeing that he said that it didn't really bother him. Now, I do want to say that it's honestly not his responsibility to walk her home at night, and I can't fully blame him for not wanting to go out of his way to walk her home. But if he was actually her friend, you would think that he would have a little bit of concern and want to make sure that she's safe. I can't call him a big a-hole because honestly, it's his right to walk wherever he wants. It's his body, whatever. But still, he doesn't seem like a real friend to me. So for this one, I'm gonna give OP a 3 out of 10 on the a-hole rating, and you guys have to let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, so these last two stories both involve a really big dilemma. So you guys have to let me know if you think that these OPs made the right decision. Am I the a-hole for sacrificing my daughter's college fund because her sister just gave birth to her 4th child? My 48 female, older daughter 24 female gave birth to her 4th child 6 months ago. She used to work as a dishwasher, but due to health issues resulting from the birth of her 2nd and 3rd child, like chronic back issues and a broken tailbone, she can no longer work. She tried her best, even getting an office temp job, but after about a week, the woman supervising her said, "This isn't working out." She was a very uptight woman who claims that just because it always took her a maximum of 3 days to train everybody else with the data entry work, that she just wasn't good with slow learners and she couldn't accommodate my daughter. That woman likely caused her to get a bad reputation at the temp agency and she didn't get hired anywhere else. My daughter's boyfriend, 28 male, works at Walmart. He used to have a lot more hours there when she was pregnant, but since then, they started dwindling down. He said he would take a day in the future to look for jobs, but it's the holidays and he's really busy with the family. I feel a lot of empathy for my daughter and her boyfriend, and I wish that I could help them out more. But I myself, a single mom working for a nursing home where I struggle to get full-time hours myself, and having an ex that ran a lot of debt in both of our names, who is now living in another country, there's only so much that I can do. My younger daughter, 17 female, has a college fund. The amount in it would be enough to pay a large amount of a 2-year community college tuition. She's applied to 4-year universities with the understanding that she would be taking out loans and working. Everything came to a head for my older daughter when her landlord found out that they were having her boyfriend's brother and girlfriend living with them in their 1-bedroom apartment in exchange for them helping with the rent, and they got evicted. So now they're both depressed because the only job offer that her boyfriend got was in another state, which would make them lose their entire support network. They came to me asking for help so that they could have more time to find financial stability here. I was torn, but seeing my grandkids, I knew my duty was to care for the most vulnerable in the family. So at this point, I'm going to be making calls to liquidate my daughter's college fund. I told my daughter and she got very cold and said, "You always brag about having a good memory. I hope you remember this moment then. And she hasn't spoken to me since. I spent Thanksgiving inquiring to see if any friends and family knew of any hospitals that were looking for college students for kitchen or reception or anything. Now she's been making some cryptic posts on social media, and I feel like I might have made the wrong decision. So am I the a-hole? Yeah, I honestly don't even have a whole lot to say about this situation, but for me, it kind of feels like OP is the a-hole. I get having compassion for your kid. I understand why she feels bad for her older daughter. But at the end of the day, she's the one who chose to have 4 children. That's a lot of kids. And if you can't afford to take care of them, then you need to stop having kids. I get that for a mother, this would be a very hard decision, but I don't think that taking her daughter's entire college fund was the right decision. But that's just my opinion. I don't think it makes her the biggest a-hole in the world, but I'm gonna give her I want to say a 5 or a 6 out of 10 because I know this wasn't an easy choice for her, but still, it just feels wrong. And for the last story, guys, this one has one of the highest comment counts of the month on Reddit, which always lets me know that it's gonna be crazy. I haven't read it yet, but you guys have to let me know what you think. Is this OP the a-hole or not? Am I the a-hole for wanting to divorce my husband over kids? I, 29 female, knew from a very young age that I don't ever want to have or raise children. I met my husband in college and he was decidedly child-free too. We got married a couple of years back. My husband's younger sister, female 24, has 3 kids, male 5, male 3, and female 2. And they all have different deadbeat fathers. 2 months ago, she left all of them at our house and said that she was going on an errand and then never came back. She just left. We filed a report and everything, and the last we heard, she was safe, but she didn't want to come home. My husband's mom is a minimum wage worker, barely scraping by. She used to be a single mom and does not want to raise these kids. I don't want to raise them either. Don't get me wrong, I feel bad for them. But raising kids is a huge responsibility that I don't want to take up. In the 2 months they were here, our expense has increased. We had to buy them clothes, toys, and they were sleeping in our living room on our air mattresses. We only have 1 bedroom. I have to work from home and look after them because my husband couldn't work from home and daycare for them is really expensive. It has been really rough to say the least. CPS did get involved and asked if we wanted to keep the kids or not, and I said no. I thought my husband would be on the same page, but he wants to keep the kids. CPS told us that we need to decide quickly and make necessary changes like get a bigger house. My husband and I have gone back and forth on this, and I can't live the next 16 years like this. Raising kids is hard and expensive, but he wants to be there for his family and I get it. So yesterday I told him that I want a divorce. He called me an a-hole for divorcing him over kids, for abandoning him when he needed me. I told him that he knew my boundaries and he ignored them. So am I the a-hole? Man, this is another one of them effed up situations that it's hard for me to judge. But the #1 comment on Reddit sums it up pretty well. I can't fault either of them. The only a-hole here is the sister. And that's kind of how I feel about the whole situation. I can't blame OP for wanting to leave. I mean, 3 kids? I only have 2 and it's already a struggle, so I can't imagine taking care of 3 kids that aren't your own. Now, I do want to say props to anybody who is actually able to do that, and that takes a very special and amazing kind of person. But I just don't think that everybody realistically can handle that. That being said, the husband did make an admirable decision, and it's so sad that he's gonna have to raise them on his own, but it's kind of hard to blame OP in the situation, although she does come off as a bit selfish. But the sister, on the other hand, 10 out of 10 a-hole. Like, she just abandoned her kids. You guys let me know what you think. Also, you have to let me know what you think about the final results to my latest flower jar. This tape from the Washi Tape Shop is amazing, and I had so much fun working with it and building my very own floral arrangements. But since I stuck some of the tape directly to the mold, it did leave a bit of stickiness once I demolded. And also the flowers on the outside aren't sealed. So if you guys have any suggestions of some crystal clear glossy sealant, let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to drop some flower emojis in the comments to let me know that you made it to the end of the video. All right, besties, thank you so much for watching and listening to those crazy stories, and I will see you in the next video. Stay kind, stay amazing, and keep on resonating. Peace.